welcome to UC Today with me, David Dungay. Today I'm talking to Shankar from Radysis. Welcome to the show, Shankar. How are you?
I'm doing very well, David. How about yourself?
I'm great, thank you. So, Shankar, before we get into today's conversation, and we're going to be talking about digital engagement strategies, can you give us a bit of an introduction to yourself and Radysis?
Certainly. My name is Shankar Krishnamurthy. I've been with Radysis for about 2 years now. I look after new business development and partnership programs within one of our business units that we called as CDEPs, Communication Development Enablement Platform. We predominantly work on solutions that are for the digital enablement, for customer engagement, and so on and so forth. Radysis itself is almost a 30-year-old company. It was initially started by a few folks that came out of Intel. They were wanting to, work on solutions that are open, that are distributed, disaggregated, and so on. Over the years, Radysis has evolved by acquiring new technology, acquiring companies. One of the key ones back in, I believe, in the late 2000s was a company called Continuous Computing. They were had a really good technology for all the media processing and the media encoding technologies. From there onwards, that technology kind of really evolved, and Radysis became a market leader in the whole media processing, solutions, if I may say that. So today, if you really look at it, Radysis is a market leader in the media server business, media processing business. We have roughly about 73% market share, across the world. We have our solutions deployed at almost about 200 telecommunication providers across the globe. And I'm pretty proud to say that on a daily basis, traffic worth 2 billion subscribers flow through our solutions.
Wow.
So it is quite impressive in terms of the technology that we bring into the communication market. Again, one of our customers had been Geo Networks, which is a greenfield 4G operator here in India. And, looking at our technology, the solution, the evolution that we bring in, they decided to acquire us. And so as of 2018, we went into the umbrella of Reliance Industries. David, you might be knowing Geo has had a huge success story here in India. They started with 0 subscribers in 2017, and today, after about 5-6 years, they are at about 480 million subscribers on their network. So that's quite a massive story, that they bring in, and they've attracted investments from multiple different, avenues, companies like Facebook, Google, multiple venture capitalist firms that are basically putting in money, and they've all invested into the Geo Platforms Limited. So I'm actually quite proud and quite excited to see not only our own evolution in terms of products and solutions, but also all the various different learnings that we bring in from the different sister companies that we have within the Geo ecosystem.
Fantastic. Well, that is some serious growth right there, which is great. So let's get into today's conversation. We're talking digital engagement strategies. First of all, I mean, how has the digital engagement landscape sort of changed over the last few years? And, who are those businesses benefiting from it right now?
Certainly. So we all know the whole customer engagement has changed considerably in the last couple of years. Before this, pre-pandemic, pre-COVID, the engagement was all, face to face, people meeting in person, a lot of, on-site meetings getting set up. Everything changed, I think, March 2020, right? When the entire world shut down for travel, There's a lot of different businesses that got affected, and it's not only just the business and consumer engagement as well, right? It's just our own personal engagement that has changed and evolved in the last couple of years. So when pandemic hit, everything shut down, borders are shut down, you can't even get out of your house, and in many countries there were only one day or a specific time period that you could even go out to get your basic necessities and so on and so forth. So the entire world had to evolve to kind of say, okay, fine, we are in a situation which is beyond our control. How do we continue to evolve in the whole engagement aspect, right? So it's definitely the pandemic's definitely changed the way we interact. And I think in the whole engagement aspect, I kind of see a convergence of three major trends, right? Really, the programmable communications, speech or audio and video enabled automation aspects, and also a lot of adoption of video and analytics technology in the whole customer engagement. In all, if you look at it, and statistics also states these, I've read a lot of these statistical reports that are coming out. This is a growing multi-billion-dollar industry, and it will just continue to grow. Video analytics, the whole programmable aspects, I think in the next 3 to 4 years, we are talking about an industry that will grow anywhere to about 15 to 20 billion in terms of revenue. And be it for any kind of service providers, right? Whether it's a telco, it's an MSP, SI, or just value-added service providers, any of those that are in the communication business. It's a growing market, and we at Radysis are able to provide solutions that enables our customers to add these new services and still maintain a very high margin, right? So it's all about feature-rich customer experience that adds, growth revenue for the companies and the enterprises. And honestly speaking, who benefits out of it? I think it's both consumers and businesses, right? Because the change is not only for one segment or the other; it's for the entire world to consume.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll talk about programmable communications in a moment. Before we get to that, though, I want to get a sense of some of these challenges businesses are facing when it comes to their digital engagement strategy. What kind of challenges are you seeing those businesses come across? From an implementation and an execution point of view.
That's a good question, David. I mean, I certainly see a couple of, actually more than a couple of challenges here, right? One of the main things that we always, when we talk to our customers, are the biggest that they find is striking a balance of finding the right solution that fits their needs at the right price point. Oftentimes, a solution that's really great is way too highly priced, that doesn't give the necessary margin for the customers. Or it could be the vice versa, where you do have a cheap solution, but it doesn't really meet the needs of what you really have. So it's for every customer or every businesses to really identify and address on what that right balance is, right? I think that's a key for any business to be successful in the adoption of these technology, the new digital enablement strategies that are coming out into the market. The second, I would say, is the whole complexity in adoption of these technology. Oftentimes, when we talk about new technology evolution, it takes time, it takes effort to deploy it to a point where it's working seamlessly. In the recent times, what we've also seen is whatever new technology or solutions that come out, it has to be simple, it has to be cost effective, it needs to be able to provide the necessary tools, for even a layman or marketing or anyone who's not a developer to still be able to customize those engagement experiences. See, that's a key, right? Because if you have to have seriously technical folks sit there and create those experiences, it does add those complexity into it, right? And beyond that, of course, having a vision of what is really possible with the programmable communications and integrating that into the business flow. I think that's where I said, the if you have a tool that provides that ease of anyone being able to create those experiences, I think that would help a lot businesses in terms of implementing their strategies in a really quick format.
Yeah, well, let's talk about programmable communications then. You touched on it already a few times, but in terms of where businesses should look, why is it important to not just look at that voice and messaging sort of aspect of that? Why is it important to go also beyond that when it comes to the programmable communications?
Yeah, absolutely. David, I think you would agree with me. It's not only the technology that has evolved. I think it's us as consumers. We've also evolved. Now it's all about the user behavior and the need for a really rich customer experience. It's also about the need for having instant gratification, right? So these days we are all about, we don't want to just wait in queues. We don't want to go through, call someone, go through a certain IVR tree to get the information. It's all about, I want to speak to a person even if I'm sitting at home. I want to have that information provided to me without wasting my time, right? Without me having to spend 10 minutes of my time on a call with someone and things like that, right? So this whole idea of evolution has been both in the technological realm as well as the user behavior. So the key here really is to find a solution that not only provides the features to execute the objectives of your digital services, but it's also the ability to gain certain insights from those interactions, right? Let's say through analytics, performing certain analytics on your audio streams and video stream, you're able to kind of get the insight of, hey, is the customer satisfied? Is the customer engaged in that conversation? What is going on? And based on those analytics, you can kind of fine tune that entire experience, right? And if you don't do that, I think in this today's world, where, as I said, that instant gratification is a huge thing, especially that's what all the consumers want. You do have the risk of marginalizing yourself from a business and becoming a commodity with almost a race to a zero margin game, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, maybe you could talk about Radysis, your portfolio, and how you're helping bringing some of this together when it comes to creating these unique programmable solutions for your customers and helping them create these unique engagement strategies.
Yeah, absolutely. So at Radysis, within our CTEP business unit, what we have done is, I mean, as I said in the starting, that we've been, in the media processing industry for quite many years and are market leaders. But we wanted to take the different solutioning beyond just the media, right? So that's where we have recently launched our programmable communication platform that we call as Engage Digital Platform, that provides our customers and developers a very quick, easy, and a simple way of creating multiple services beyond voice and beyond video, adding a lot of new capabilities like AIML based conversational aspects, speech analytics, video analytics, and so on and so forth, and have that ability to create new services for these customer engagements. The other aspect of how Radisys can also help is that we also have other multiple business units where we can collaborate with those business units to offer a complete end-to-end solution. So, for instance, Radisys also has a solutioning towards the radio access network. We also have solutions on the broadband side. So when we are talking to our customers, we are able to envision, and really understand what their key requirements are, and are able to kind of collectively bring all the different business units and put together a complete end-to-end solution for them. In the recent times, we have all heard 5G and private 5G. There's a lot of talk about businesses and enterprises wanting their own private 5G deployed and so on. So in that aspect, we are able to kind of provide them a complete end-to-end solution that fits into their particular private networks that they want to kind of deploy.
Fantastic. So, Shankar, it's time to get your crystal ball out. We're looking into the future now. We've seen a lot of evolution in the digital landscape, digital engagement landscape, as you've mentioned. But what do you see coming down the line? What are the big important trends that you're focused on for the coming sort of year and beyond?
Absolutely. If you look in the past, right, the communication aspect, at some point in time, we all thought that the entire communication, domain is going to die. But, there comes this pandemic and it just like picks up and, runs with it. Now, audio, video, messaging, these kind of communication capabilities will continue to exist for many, many years to come. But beyond this, what I really see is this video and immersive experiences that will become a lot more prominent. With the AR VR technology, the metaverse category, and those kind of experiences will really drive the customer engagement going into the future. For in the short term, what I really see is you can see immersion, a greater adoption of having a 2D screen, but overlaying it with more contextual information, right? Spatial audio to enable specific ease and less exhaustive communication of audio content. The ability to able to grasp specifics in terms of what you want, what you want to hear, rather than just going through a whole slew of streams. And I also see everyone's now talking about artificial intelligence, machine learning. These technologies are evolving on a day-to-day basis. I certainly see these will play a huge part in the whole digitization and the digital interaction and automation of the entire customer engagement. If you see today the TikTok generation, right? They are not camera shy. They all want to present, their image, their persona. They want the entire world to see. We will certainly, and given this trend is going to continue, we'll certainly see a much broader adoption of video-based engagement for sure. And then combine that with the private 5G and the enterprise use cases that are going to come in. That's where I also see the various different analytics that you can perform over video feeds and audio feeds and so on. I think that's where the future is.
Fantastic. Well, Shankar, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for. But thank you so much for joining me and sharing some of your insight.
Thank you, David. It's been a pleasure.
And thank you for watching. You've been watching me, David Dungay, on UCity Today. If you liked today's conversation, please give us a like and a share on social media. That's it from me. See you next time.